What's up, guys? I actually didn't start bidding correctly until about 5 minutes and 10 seconds into the video, and I got lucky with well, just because I was bidding low. I would usually, bid one over the amount that I knew I had when I should have bid the amount that I knew, that I had in my possession, or if I didn't have that amount, bid the second best. Like say if I could only bid, 3 and above, then I would, say if I only had one or two of a certain side of the die, like say I bid it on 4, and I only had one. Even if I could only say there was 3, 4, or 5, well, I would just have to take a chance on one of them and pick whichever one that I had, and then hope that there was, that amount in the rest of the, on the table. But as you can see, I bid it one above what I should have. I should have bidded 2 right there, 2 threes. I shouldn't have bid 3 threes, but I got lucky when doing that. Another thing is it's always best to try to bid instead of call bluff, because usually they'll call bluff on each other. So always try to bid when you can, and bid on the ones that you know you have. And like I said, like I explained earlier, and I'm going to be explaining like each time it's my turn to bid. I'm going to kind of explain what's going through my head and why I made the decision I made, to bid and what to bid on, or whether to call bluff or not, and be descriptive as I can be to help you out. So it should be a lot of help.
The wrong way.
I'll bid.
Where's your sin? Now that's a liar.
Howdy. To see you.
I'm just too honest to be good at this game.
Another wagon got robbed near Mescalero yesterday.
I swear.
You just
And one thing about when they call a bluff on your bid, say I said I had 3 twos, which I do at the moment, and they said I was bluffing. Well, even if there ended up being, 4 or 5 twos on the entire table, I wouldn't lose a die because I called an amount and there was ended up being more than that amount. The only time I would lose a die is if they called a bluff and it fell under that. Say I said there was 3 twos and I didn't have them 3 twos, and then there ended up only being, 1 or 2 twos, then obviously I'm going to lose a die.
Sorry about that.
Those never sweats won't keep me from my business.
You look like a bullshitter.
Right here is a perfect example of when I have to say there's 3 of something, so I obviously have 2 sixes. So I would go with the saying there's 3 sixes, because that would be the highest you would want to go, because you wouldn't want to take a chance on there being 4 or 5, because if there wasn't, then you would lose a die. So I took a chance on the 6.
Now, are you full of shit, I wonder?
David will be drilled clean if he don't shut up.
Old Jake Penzanski is laid up, I hear.
And as you can see right here, you're going to have to pick, there's 2 of something on the table, and you can pick any of the ones, that you obviously have already would be your best bet. And I just went with 3, and I got lucky, and there ended up being over that amount. But if it would have fell under that amount and they would have called my bluff, then I would have lost the die. But not always are they going to call bluff on, low bids either as well. And at this moment, as you can see, I can only either bid that there's 5 of a certain amount, or I can call their bluff, and I went with calling their bluff because that was my best option, or to me it seemed like the best option, and I got lucky and they didn't have the total amount on the table that they said, so the bid was a bluff. but I also could have said there's 5 of a certain die that I already had.
You're on your way
But
out.
considering between the two of them, they only have 7 die left. If I were to pick, 5 of a certain one of the die that I already had, it'd be highly unlikely that there was 5. And as of right here, you'll see that I bid there was 3 threes. I should have bid there was 2 threes, because if they called my bluff and there wasn't 3 threes, well, I'd have lost the die.
Here's my bid.
Have your senses failed you?
And as you can see right now, he bids that there's 5 sixes on the table. I have none. So they would have had to have at least 5
Bluff.
out of the 6 die that they have left,
Good to see you.
saying 6. So I called their bluff, or called his bluff.
I swear. You're still in, partner. All right. Let's see.
And starting as of right here is when I start bidding correctly. I bid there was 2 threes. So that was the right thing to do. If I would have bid there was 3 or 4 threes and there wasn't on the table, that would have been the wrong move.
I'll make a bid. Interesting. I wonder.
Hell, I'm calling you a liar.
Howdy.
And I thought you were a better liar than this. I don't know about you.
And as of right now, you can bid that there's 2 or more. You can't bid that there's 1 of any side of the die on the table. And as you can see, I have 2 sixes. So the correct thing to do would be to bid that there's 2 sixes, because even if there's more than that, they can call my bluff and I won't lose a die. As long as, I weren't going to say there's 1 6 and then, well, obviously I have 2, that I would lose a die if they called my bluff.
Hello.
Paper said color it. He's the most
I know Davy had some greases. I'll find him.
You're a wily one, all right.
How are you?
And as of right here, you can only bid that there's 3 of something, and one has 1 die under his can, the other has 2 die, and I obviously don't have no 5s, so I called their bluff on all their die being 5s, because to me that just didn't seem like that would happen.
Father's been causing trouble again.
I swear.
Nice to see you.
Unlucky, my friend.
And as of right here, you could bid that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of any side of the die on the table. I have 2 1s, so I'm going to bid that there's 2 on the table because I obviously have that amount. And even if there's more than 2, and they do call my bluff, I'm not going to lose a die because, I didn't say that there was 1 of 1 on the table.
Another wagon got robbed near Mescalero.
Sorry about that.
True enough. You want to look the fool?
And as of right here, you can bid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of any side of the die. I have 3 sixes, so I'm obviously going to go with the 3. There being 3 sixes on the table. And not no higher, because if I go higher and they call my bluff, then I'm going to lose a die.
Think I'll make a bid.
I hope this video really helps you out.
Mistrust
And
the
if
son
you
of a
like the
bitch,
video,
ain't
hit that like button and subscribe, and be sure to check out some other videos as well. I have over 800 videos, and I'll be posting a lot more.
It's all in the eyes, friends.